Intel Extreme Masters Tournament Invitational is about to get underway. It is the quarterfinals, of course, and it is going to be Misfits versus Lunatic. Hi, we are here live in Gyeonggi, Korea, and we are ready to go.
Wait, no, Misfits, what are you doing?
Straight away.
Actually, sorry, Lunatic High. So the names are swapped. Lunatic High is going to be on the defense.
The wrong way around, but they got 4 tanks.
They have no Lucio out of Toby. He's on Diva, so they're running quad tank, solo support, single DPS. That
with a soldier, yeah.
What? Okay, so let's break it down a little bit, right? They don't have a second support, so they don't have the extra healing from like a Zenyatta or a Lucio to help keep you healed up. They don't have the speed of a Lucio to help you get away if we do see an engagement come out of Misfits. They also don't have the Zenyatta for a Discord orb, but they're also so tanky that if we did see a Hanzo come in out of Misfits, then the potential to pick someone off is going to be a little bit harder to actually pull off. So you can only go for Esk and Dean for the most part. But then again, he gets a lot of 0% over to Tvik if he did play that role. But now look at Misfits' side. We've got quad tank set up as well for them. And they're running double support. Yep. So it seems like they're trying to play what the current meta is instead of playing the style that maybe they're used to.
Well, let's see where they've got the damage to break it down. That's the question. Of course, Soldier 76 is pretty much where it's at these days. Obviously, the big changes that came in the patch, last patch, not the current patch. The current patch that just came through was all about Symmetra. No Symmetra, though, on the field this time around. Of course, there was changes to Xayah as well, but we'll see whether that is required in just a moment. We'll get to it because the action's about to happen.
So Lunatic High should be able to win the shield battle when it comes to having the Soldier and the Roadhog together, and Misfits doesn't have that Soldier extra damage, so it's really hard for Reinforce to keep his shield up, but you can already see him already being almost broken, down to a sliver of HP, just trying to charge up that nano boost out of Nevix when they do go for that engage.
Yeah, and look at Nevix, 83% charge, as you say, that has built it up massively. Toby's going to get close, but Zebasai chasing down Eska, trying to catch him around the side, gets a quick deflect, but will get dropped out of his suit. There's going to be the tactical visor, I can't even get the words out. Eventually will manage to find himself the easy kill. Eska gets the second, that's Zave going down, and the Graviton Surge plucks them all in to perfection, and Misfits will get cleared out.
Wow, they want this kill. They want Reinforce. He's just going to back away. He's going to be fine. But we have to point out the timings of that actual battle that went on. Because Misfits, they got the D-suit onto Toby, and that was their moment to like, let's engage, let's go, let's make this fight happen right now. The problem was that Zebasai lost his exosuit, which allowed Eska to get a perfect tactical visor off where he couldn't really be contested. So really unfortunate for Misfits there, but they go for the attack again. They have the Earthstrike reinforced, he connects on a 3, he hits support!
Dean doesn't get the nano boost off. He's been taken down before the nano boost comes out. This is a big start for Misfits here. They could be getting the point in the second push here, but they're looking for targets. They need to pick on the target. You can see they're trying to jack them down. Oh, he who hooks last wins, and that is always the case. Manaton will go down, and it looks like Lunatic High are going to be a hold on here. Tvik pushes round, the reinforce comes in, but the respawn is going to be a trickle now coming through. Tvik picks himself up a quick double there with Toby going down as well. We'll see where they're going to try and push in. Tvik, though, look at this. He's got Graviton Surge. He's pushed them away from the point. They have it captured.
Yeah, there's no way that Lunatic Guy can really contest this anymore. But again, the real key point of that fight was the speed boost out of Zave on the Lucio. Because he allowed Reinforce to just run straight past Miro's shield, he got a perfect Earth Shatter down onto multiple targets. That, like, you cannot have that happen, and that's the downside of not having a Lucio of your own team.
I didn't actually see whether Dean was in there, but I got to assume he was.
Yeah, he was.
Because he had his ulti ready.
Didn't
manage to get it off. There's going to be a self-destruct launched in there. Oh, it catches Reinforce. That's a big kill, taking that tank down. But of course, there's a couple more tanks to back in there. But without that big shield, it could be a big deal. Tvik having to back away at the moment. They have to respect the damage that can get outputted by Eska and co. from range on that Soldier 76, and they backed away from the payload for now.
Yeah, Misfits, they kept their ultimates though, because they didn't rush into anything. You saw Tvik try to keep his Graviton Surge up, though, with him getting caught out there. It means that Misfits have to wait a little bit longer before they can go for the refight, but Jaehong actually goes down the Zarya, which does give Misfits the man advantage to push in. A self-destruct's going to come in as well. Is he going to hit? He's actually going to catch out on a Dean somehow. That's the Anna now down. That's their solo support now gone, and Lunatic High can't even run away from this fight.
Reinforce swinging away with the hammer, and that's going to be Misfits rolling on through. And more importantly, they only used one single ulti to make that work. A big deal. 5 ultis still stacked up, and look at this. Look how aggressive they're going. Zebasai hopping around. The top level has been taken over. The high ground is lost.
You're not taking that back.
Yeah, the high ground is completely lost. So now, look at, they've got 5 ultis to push in on this fight. Sure, they're against 4. Dean gets himself the nano surge off, but he's not going to catch him. Manaton just pumps up the whole hog, gets himself a quick double. Misfits just going to keep rolling through. The Wild West is not going to hold them back.
But Reinforce, the Earth Shatter he hit, I think he caught like 4 or 5 people. I think they forced somehow Miro to turn to look towards Manaton with the whole hog being used, which gave him the opportunity to lay that Earth Shatter down, catch him out, and not to mention give him the second checkpoint.
Well, they haven't quite hit it yet. There's the Graviton Surge, Reinforce swinging away with a hammer. Zave picks himself up a quick double. The focus fire working well, but there's going to be the whole hog coming out. Is it going to be responsive? It's not going to be enough. Doesn't even get the kill on Zave there, despite the hook. Good little save there coming out from Nevix. Keeps him alive, and now the point is hit. And that's just shy of 4 minutes on the board, moving into the final section. That's a pretty decent time so far for Misfits.
Tvik is so quick. He is so fast at getting those shields up in time. He actually was able to save on Zave there by getting the shield up while the hook came in, so he didn't get bursted down in time. And keep in mind, like, you see Tvik normally on these DPS roles being, you know, really good, like Hanzo and Pharah and such, but you have to keep in mind, he did play Zarya for a rogue for a little bit of time to actually help him out, to try to transition him into a different kind of style. So he knows every single hero in this game. Lunatic, though, they haven't really been able to put up a good defense at all. And again, another hook's going to come back through. Miro's going to hook back into the team, and the Assault can be used in the back line.
It's kind of launched a little misfire there. He kind of got caught, almost snagged up where the health is, just around the side. So he didn't really get a great deal, but Tvik took down Esker, which is a big deal. We talked about it at the start. Really the only main damage dealer. Obviously, it's a big tanky lineup, but once that damage dealer's down, it kind of limits what they can do. You can see Jaehong just being pushed away from the side there, chucked around the side, so he's kind of splits away from his team. He gets singled out, and now Misfits continue to roll on around. Just 3 minutes going. That hook looked like it landed. Yes,
yeah,
it did.
Toby.
Toby got taken down. And Misfits, well, they're pushing through.
Oh, no,
Dean is completely caught out. No man's land. Oh, caught out by the right click from Tvik.
And now they have the Graviton Surge. As long as this doesn't get eaten up by the defense mages, this could be enough for them to finish off this game. Miro, he's going to have the Earth Shudder. He has the only ultimate up for his team. Toby almost has a Sound Bearer, and it's do or die time.
Graviton Surge is going to get straight down. It does unfortunately put them right down the VIP. The shield is going to hold from Miro. Graviton Surge countered straight in there. Is it going to be enough? Reinforce gets took down, but it gets Nano boosted out there. Is it going to be enough? That's the question. It looks like they may well have just held it briefly here. They are going to keep Misfits at bay, so they hold on for now. And now we see changes. Uh-oh, to Tvik on Bastion.
Yeah, so actually that's not really an impossible thing to see, because you're going to be fighting
for
for the
tanks,
payload.
Yeah,
as long as he has Reinforcer to protect him, then he gets a lot of extra damage off. You have the Defense Matrix as well, so if you get him set up, who's actually going to take him down? You have to hope for a hook, but Reinforce is there to block with a shield. So it's going to be really difficult for Lunatic to really deal with this, which means Miro won't really have a chance to keep his shield up and available, which ideally should give Reinforce a good time and some easier shatters.
Well, with the payload, as you say, literally, what, 3 meters away, it's not got a great deal of travel. Now Bastion gets himself set up. He's going to straight away get the push straight in his face. Nemo, the pin on the wall, get wrecked. Miro comes flying through. The best part was it was kind of blocked by D.Va in front of him, and then before he knew it, there was Reinhardt in his face. That is going to slow them down. Now, has his gambit backfired on them? The question is, because there's only a minute left. They have managed to pick up a few kills. They see Esker go down once again. But more importantly, the tanks of Lunatic High hold steady.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, for Misfits there at least, is that switching Tvik off the Zarya over to the Bastion wasn't really a loss, because they already used the Graviton Surge, so that was already down. It's not like you lost out a big ultimate to switch to Bastion, which now he's gone towards Reaper. So he's looking at the high ground. Reaper can be really good against these tank setups, but it's still really hard to deal with when you have Tasia over on this Roadhog. Self-destruct gonna come in, Reinforce gets to block that one out. He'll be able to do just that. But I'm surprised to see Miro actually not charge him down to eliminate that shield so you can actually blow people up.
Oh, Jaehong being taken down. That's a big kill. The Hog's been down as well. There's the whole Hog from Manhattan. That's going to blast them back into one area, basically doing a Graviton Surge in itself as it forces them away from the wall. Sound barrier gets dropped. Zave not quite got his own at the moment, but Toby's getting picked up, forced away at the moment as the respawns come in their favor. Nano boost, hook in there. That's not going to work. Not really the target you're after. Zebasai, though, takes down the Tracer spam now coming out. Is it going to be enough? They keep on pushing through. Lunatic High, batted away. Reinforce got his Earth Shatter ready and waiting to go, just trying to find the right moment to slam it down.
He's looking for it. The problem is Miro keeps his shield up. He only catches Esker with this one. The Graviton Surge is going to be there to follow up to save Esker's life. He's going to go back into the fire. 2 quick kills for Misfits, but we're in overtime.
Esker making that change. He's now onto the switch across. He's not on the Soldier anymore, but it doesn't matter because he's on the D.Va and he's managed to pick up the kill. That's the important one. Miro going down doesn't matter because the rest of his team are back in support. Zebasai trying to work them down, but they can't clear it out. We're into overtime already, and they're struggling to get them kills. They don't have the damage.
They don't really have much of anything. Jaehyung, those have such an easy opportunity to pick up kills from the side with the Sleeping Diva towards his right-hand side. Zave is still alive on the payload. He's still trying to distract as well as Nevix there, but they're slowly being pushed away.
Tavik's about to get his ulti off. Is the Reaper Copter going to be enough? The self-destruct is available in just a moment. There's Reaper. Is he available to go? Zave drops the beat. Look for Tavik. He's sat in the middle at the moment, waiting to get it off. You can see he's getting batted down. He's going to have to go into Wraith form. He can't manage to puck his ulti off at the moment. He's got to find the right time. Is it going to be enough? Doesn't really get anyone, but it does force him away from the payload. Gets himself the one kill around the side there. The overtime is still continuing to tick. They just need to clear off 2 people. There's going to be the Tracer. They get it eventually. There it is. Misfits will get themselves a time on the board. Of course, it will be in overtime, so it's going to be a 0, but nonetheless, it is the map completed by Misfits against Lunatic High.
I really enjoyed that sleep dart on a Tasia out of Nevix to actually take the Tracer to sleep him, so it could be a quick kill to turn this one into, because the post bomb obviously charges up so quickly, and when you have to sit literally on the payload, a post bomb can be really effective against you. But yeah, we saw so many different switches coming in from both teams. The Lunatic High side, where we had Eska go from early on playing the Soldier, switch over to the Diva later on when we got into the space set towards the final home stretch. But then when you come into that, you have like, all right, who are you going to nano boost? You don't have your nano tactical visor to use. And from that, you're kind of just like, well, we can nano boost Miro, but we know Reinforce has Earth Shatter, so it's really kind of odd to see that happen towards the end. But they still put up a damn good defense.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he's anything to do with the organization at all, would you?
Yeah. Get this man a new phone.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
It's quite cracked.
But Lunatic High, they know what they've got to do. They've got to complete the map. Well, the gold circle's kind of a little off-center on the VIP parking spot. They couldn't straighten it up a little bit. But
everyone with OCD out there is just going crazy about it.
Oh my God, it's not lined up! But okay, what's Lunatic High going to bring to the table? And more importantly, what's Misfits going to use in defense? It looks like Misfits are going to go exactly the same as Lunatic High's approach. Yeah, the 4-tank with the Soldier, with the Ana.
They do have Lucio, though. Zave's playing him. So they're actually running the double support versus the 1. The Lunatic High went on the defense.
Ah, very good point. Yeah, they haven't got Zaya,
it's a slight change up for them, and that's just the flexibility that team can have in general, right? And then you look on the side of Lunatic High.
Massive change.
They're going for a really aggressive comp. So what they want to do is they want to speed in Miro, Eska, Jaehyung, and Tasia to get on the high ground where Misfits are holding. And with those 4 people there, ideally they should be able to pick up a kill or 2 and just dislodge it from that position. And with the help of the Discord orb out of Dean, it's just going to absolutely melt people. So Miro, we're going to finally be able to see him on Winston, which we praised him for so much before the game started. And everyone else out there knows is Winston. Even Blizzard headquarters knows is Winston. We'll see how it's going to pull off.
Well, this is interesting because this is almost the tanky setup, although granted it's not 4, it's still 3. It's like the main tanky setup the NIP brought out, up against Lunatic High, who using what kind of failed against it. We're going to see how it's going to work this time around. Manaton gets Tasia down straight away, but Tavik has been picked off. That was the focus fire they wanted. Manaton's also going to get taken down around the side. No! He gets his heel off just in time, backs away. The Bloody Blaster not going to be enough for you. Zave gets around the side, gets himself a double on Jaehyung and Eska, and quickly they will hold Miro. The untouchable will leap out. Oh, he got taken down by Manaton in the end.
So that hook out of Manta on Tasia actually just completely stopped that fight for them, because for taking that Tracer down, you don't allow Jaehyung to get the resets off as much as he wants to, as again, just dash through everyone. Tavik did die, yes, but it's a Soldier. He can run back extremely quickly. Yeah. So it's not really that big of a deal. And how many times have we seen Zave on the kill feed?
I know, right?
This man's getting doubles left and right.
He's just on the cleanup duty, but more importantly, that is accurate cleanup duty. Landing those shots again. Lunatic High build up. This time they have themselves the high ground. They're going to try and push on through.
And Lunatic High, they have a composition that when they get ultimates, it's really hard to beat this. So pretty much it's just a matter of time before they get this point. It's just Misfits trying to stall as long as they possibly can. How does Eska get charged backwards out of Reinforce? That's the Diva now down and dissuited.
And Zave, of course, picks up the kill. Why not? Who else? Jaehyung's trying to get around the side, but he's going to have to back away from here, because as soon as Tasia gets taken down, they have to respect. And you know what? Misfits got it on the second attack, remember. So already they've delayed enough. We're closing in on the 2-minute mark. Manaton. And Manaton not quite landing that hook. So close.
He hit it, but he's like, I don't want this hook. I don't want it. I'm running away. I'm getting out of this. So yeah, they've managed to take Lunatic High down, like with one person on the entry that Lunatic High's trying to go for. By securing that initial kill, you kind of eliminate that potential for the big blow up that they're going to have in a few seconds. But yeah, with the Dragon Blade available here, Jaehyung is going to go to the backside.
Run for your life! It's just, Jaehyung is coming, but it doesn't matter because Tavik turns him down. That was a nano-boosted Genji that got picked off there, and that has stopped this attack dead in its tracks. And that is Misfits holding strong once again. We're down to 130 before they get another attack. Oh, the rocket lands.
that was just a really good read, I think, in general by Misfits there, knowing that they're trying to go for this comp where they have Jaehong on the Genji being nano boosted, trying to take down the big damage dealer, then cycle it through everyone else. But Tvik put himself away from the rest of his team, and then when he saw him coming in, he got nano boosted for the extra damage reduction, and he got focused healed out of Nevix, so he actually couldn't be eliminated from that one at all. So really well done by Misfits to read into that.
Well, SK has self-destruct. If you can get it into that top of the saloon, it will clear them out. You can see them holding the point at the moment, sitting comfortable with a cup of coffee on the go. But the question is, can they hold them back? Taejun gets around the side. Now, they have to go to the point. At the moment, they're not really keeping it in there. Zebasai's the only one who's got his toe in the water. There's goes the sound barrier. That's Lunatic's highs going in there. Tavik's got his tactical visor ready and waiting to go, but at the moment he's got Diva in his face and he can't keep alive in his heal shield. That's not going to be enough. So Tavik now down. Zebasai picked off Miro though, the unkillable. There's the self-destruct going out. That's going to launch onto the point. It forces Lunatic High to separate, but I think they've done enough. Manaton reinforced now going down. It looks like it should be Lunatic High picking this point up with 30 seconds to go.
Ideally it should be. Taejun gets himself a double kill. Nevix actually the sleep dart onto before he gets slept, and eventually he will be picked off here, but the point will be captured. The Misfits, they bought a hell of a lot of time. 20 seconds left before they did finally capture that first checkpoint, and now they have to finish the whole map.
Yeah, this is going to be a real test of wills. Remember, the Wild West section was barely a test for the Misfits last time they attacked. Now, interested in using that, using the Fire Strike to build his shield up there. Obviously, that's something that did change in the patch. It was a part of it, as well as obviously the Genji needing the double swing instead of the single swing to break the shield. We'll keep our eye on that one. We'll get to the patch notes later on, if and when we see Symmetra eventually make an appearance.
Keep in mind, looks like how they're not using a Reinhardt. So A, they can't really block out a self-destruct that easily, except by using the Winston shield. And B, they can't stop an Earthshatter from coming through, but somehow Reinforce gets picked off. He had the Earthshatter that could completely shut down Lunatic High, now Tavik's being pressured.
Yeah, that's a real problem. It forces them back, and it does mean the Wild West section is slowly being lost, where you can heal them up as much. Tavik can't get away. Oh, he got the heal. Is it going to be enough? The Sleep Dart comes in. Tavik runs away, but the rest of his team have been picked off. Tavik survives, though, and that's impressive work despite from Nevix.
It's just been a constant battle between these two, between Tavik and Eska. He's just trying to focus him down, trying to eliminate him, trying to take him out of this equation, which is exactly what you need to do as a diva. But here we go. The Earthshatter I was talking about before. There's no Reinhardt Lunatic High. It's the only chance we're going to block out his Earthshatter is Miro's shield, which is now on cooldown. Somehow Jaehong actually eats with his own shield, and only one or two people got caught in that.
Yeah, Reinforce did get Toby down, and that's quite important because he had Sound Barrier ready and waiting to go. So he did manage to get off. He did just catch a glimpse of Tavik getting nano boosted there. He manages to get himself the damage down. Zebasai has the ulti ready to go for self-destruct. Eska just getting away. Yeah, I was going to say, is he going to allow that? Are they going to allow Eska to get away? He has. He got away with next to no health there. Could have obviously been desuited, but it didn't matter. But it's forced them back, more importantly. Now with the minute on the clock, they've still yet to hit that second payload marker.
I think they really wanted that desuit.
Technically the first payload marker, but you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We're good. Zebasai's actually set up for a self-destruct to come through. Miro has switched over though from Winston to Reinhardt, so ideally she would have blocked this out, but if Reinforce hits the charge and stops Miro from actually doing anything about this, it's not going to catch. Oh, actually it didn't even connect at all. I think he missed through it.
Yeah, nano boost goes down. That's going to be onto Miro actually that's charging through there. You can see Taejun's got himself whole hog ready to go. They've had to respect it. The hook on Tavik. That's going to mean the point is going to get captured here. I don't think there's a great deal I can do to keep them at bay here. Reinforce coming around, doesn't have his charge ready and waiting. Manaton's getting hooked off. There's going to be the whole hog pushing them all back away from the payload. But they're hanging on well at the moment. We're down to 27 seconds. Miro's finally taken down Manaton. So the tank is down. But remember, Tavik has switched now. He's gone over towards the Tracer. So he's going to go pin. He's back on the payload marker. So at the moment, it's just simple delay tactics. 14 seconds to go. Still not in the point. They're getting the kills, though. Now they're going to hit it.
Yeah, that's going to be it here. So that will be Lunatic High taking the second point. But I want to point out as well, Tavik died, and that was such a crucial part. That could have been Misfits holding. But because Eska threw his self-destruct so high and so far in the back, the entirety of Misfits backed away, which Tavik wasn't really, I guess, ready for in that situation. Ended up getting hooked in and died, and eventually maybe costing the point. It's really hard to tell if they would have held it with him not dying or whatnot. But still, 1:10 left to go. Lunatic High, this is crunch time. Like, this is your final push almost basically here. You have the self-destruct, you have the Graviton Surge, but Misfits have a lot of ultimates ready to go.
Well, Tavik's going to stick on Tracer, so he's not switching back to Soldier. That's a good Earth Shatter finally coming in. Zebasai Manaton get himself some kills. Reinforce charged in, did get taken down. He was about to pin someone. I didn't see who it was, but he's managed to land that pin, but it has held them up. Now, 57 seconds it all remains. This is probably one of the hardest areas to push in, that final push around here, because it's just a straight run into gunfire. It is so hard to finish. finish off here. That's a good hook. That catches Zebasai. He's not going to be able to get away from there. Gets his self-destruct off instead. That might be big. Doesn't manage to get a kill, though.
Yeah, I love what Miro did, though. Instead of actually shielding up the self-destruct right away, he kills Zebasai with his hammer swing, then puts his shield up. And Reinforces, he's going to have to turn around. The shield, the self-destruct's right above his head. But Tvik catches a triple kill. He gets a quad kill in the end, 3 for the post bomb. And Manson cleans up Dean. Misfits have just held.
Where did that come from? They were so focused on self-destruct, which actually got launched quite badly because it went and hit nothing effectively above. But like you say, Tvik, he must have zipped around the side there. Quick pulse bomb. They were not prepared for it. We were talking about the fact he didn't go back up to solid 76. And speaking of that, Eska's made that change now. Nano Boost goes down. Is it going to be enough? Earth Chatter comes in from Reinforce, but this is all delay tactics. We're hitting overtime now, and now it's a case of clearing Lunatic high off point. Miro getting himself Nano Boosted around there. Eska's going to try and push and get the flank in, and they are going to get the payload moving. It's going to be all about respawns for Misfits here. Reinforce the only man with Earth Shatter. Zave's about to get the sound barrier. Yeah,
the sound barrier is going to be huge. I think the Earth Shatter and Reinforce is going to be the big linchpin here of how this defense is going to hold. Can Misfits maintain this point? Tvik's on the high ground just trying to distract, trying to cause a little bit of disturbance here, but they got on the point. They're in contention now. We're still into this overtime, and let's see how it's going to break down.
They've got to touch the point, and that's what's happened. Zebasai getting in there with the Diva. The Earth Shatter comes down. Doesn't really catch a great deal, but it does get Tajan down. Miro manages to pin him straight out there. Tvik, he's got his pulse bomb. Didn't really get a great deal with it, so it wasn't a great effect, but it's forcing Lunatic high away. Tactical Visor gets popped down. Zebasai's in trouble. He's going to get picked off around the side. He's going to manage to get a glimpse on Nevix. Should be able to take him down. No, manages to run and hide. The rocket doesn't land, but it doesn't matter. The rest of his team are doing damage. Tvik around the side, keeping it alive, but now we're still stacking in overtime. And here comes May. Reinforce gets himself the ice block in there to buy just that little bit more time. Can anyone get close enough? No, the sleep dart on Zebasai will keep him away, and Lunatic High will finish the map as well in overtime. So, where do we go from here? Both teams finishing out with 0 seconds remaining. Tiebreak map, of course, will be coming up, and that is going to be Nepal.
I thought they actually get a minute left on each side.
Well, I don't know whether they're going to go with it.
To a minute for each side. They have basically one chance to attack. So not Nepal yet. We probably will be going to Nepal.
Is producer throwing me saying tiebreak map coming up? I was like, I'm not sure, but I'll go with what he's telling me.
We probably will be going to Nepal because it's really hard to attack the first point with 1 minute.
I mean, Misfits did it in the second attack, which may have been, no, it was still outside of a minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
because you have that time with the doors opening, etc., which runs the clock down. Right. It's like a little bit longer. It's like, come on, I want to go.
And this is where we might see like the Zarya Hanzo kind of composition, like the Zarya Roadhog Hanzo, because Hanzo and Roadhog pair really well together with the Sonic Arrow. The fact that you can see people and hit a really easy hook.
Oh, wow, okay. Eska going for May straight away on defense.
There was actually something that happened with Eska that was kind of unfortunate for him that almost maybe cost him the point. Is that when the tactical visor is being used and you fire a Helix rocket, you don't actually control where the Helix rocket goes. It's controlled by where you're locked on from your aimbot. So
this is why Nevix managed to dodge it.
It got thrown into the air instead of at the ground where he was aiming. So it's a little unfortunate for him, but luckily it didn't matter in the end. But yeah, minute for both teams. Misfits on the attack. And they're going to be going with pretty similar comp that they had the first go around.
Yeah, we'll see whether they'll be able to do anything here. So here we go. Charging straight out. Going, like you say, with the same comp. 4 tanks piling through, double support, get straight aggressive. And this is really the best time they're going to have before the ultis start clicking in there. They have to look at getting down Miro's shield, see if they can get that hook around the side. You can see Manaton is looking for it. There's going to be the May wall. Trying to block them out. He catches out. That's Zarya. The shield comes out just about in time. Doesn't manage to get enough damage down, but Reinforce has been picked off. And that may well have been the only attack they have. 30 seconds on the clock. They're going to chase them down.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, they wanted to go for the reset here, but they still have about 10-15 seconds left. So Zave, he needs to stay alive right now. He needs to not die. They're going to need that speed to get on top of the point, and they might need to switch a couple of heroes around to actually keep it into overtime or throw into overtime in general, which Tvik has now done with Tracer. Ultimates, though, Jaehong at 62%, Dean at 92, which is huge. Because Nevix only at 60%. They're going to have this Nevix available.
Reinforce doesn't manage to pin anyone. He was hoping he could get a lucky pin through there. Now they're just going to try everything to keep that point alive. You can see Eska working down, freezing up Manaton. He's not going to get away from that one. Miro does manage to get himself one as well. Tvik gets a kill, but that is all it's going to be. And Lunatic High, the Earth Shatter comes down. That is all she wrote for Misfits. They will get cleared away from the point. And the Blizzard just tops it off.
Yeah, there's no way, because now you basically have to run in and out of the Blizzard, and you can't really stay in the Blizzard on the payload. So there we go. Misfits not going to be successful in their second attack. Lunatic High hold. Don't leave that man hanging. There's the high five.
I was going to say, is he like, just leaving him there, leaving him there.
But now, Lunatic High get their chance to attack again with and a really explosive composition that they ran the first time if they want to go for that with the Winston Diva, the Tracer, the Genji. As long as they stop Manton from hitting these hooks, which he got Tasia last time on the Tracer, which stopped the first attack in general, this could be really deadly, and Misfits have to be careful. I mean, I would assume we're going to see a slight switch up in their composition on defensive-wise. Maybe they'll run for the Mage just to buy some extra time, to have that potential to wall off, to actually separate the team if you need to. It's still going to be tough, though. Like, there's a lot of pressure on this team who had effectively 2 new people come into the team. No, 4 new people come into the team, too, from the previous lineup of Misfits to kind of come together with the recent patch that's happened. So, yeah, it looks like they want to go exactly what they ran the first time, but Lunatic High.
Yeah, Farah now. I don't think he's going to stay on it. He's killing himself. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I was trying to, how would Farah work here? I mean, you could concussive blast them off and separate them.
Yeah, no. Okay, they are. So Misfits staying exactly the same. You know, it did work. It held them off for around about 3 minutes, didn't it? 3.5 minutes, I think, last time.
They don't have speed, Lunatic High, right now. So Toby's Ren's and Yada, so they want to kill people. The problem is,
they have one
how
chance.
Are you going to open, not even that, how are you actually going to allow this potential kill to come through? You don't have a hook to pull someone in. You have Tasia on Reaper, so you have close range damage, so you basically have to get in their face, but, well, I don't know. This is really
reading
tough.
Into the tank heavy comp, which is good. But as you say, they're going to have one chance and one chance only.
Reaper too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard for Tasia to make this one work, but they're going to have the opportunity. They're going to have the high ground most likely.
Look at that. Tavik instantly focuses on the Reaper the second he sees him come around that corner, so he knows exactly what he wanted to focus on there. Reinforce drops down, does keep him away. Eska's going to try and get into Tavik's face. This is what's been happening multiple times. You can see he tries to work him down, and this actually may well work out. Eska's going to get around their side there. Gets a little help. Manaton going to get chased down. Mira gets the kill. Nevix has been picked off. This is going to work. Lunatic Higher coming out on top. Tasia's getting all the freedom he needs, but Tavik gets himself one. Zebasai comes in, gets a second. Zave gets himself on the kill feed. And Jaehong and Eska, the last 2 to run away. And ladies and gentlemen, there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to run and gun to get back on the point.
Manton switched to Tracer, Toby switched to Tracer, so they actually dropped the support for Lunatic High just to make sure to contest one. Eska's going to be able to do just that, so he's not going to have a problem here. We're going to have the refight, but he's already lost his suit.
Desuited the second he enters and straight away smashed down by Reinforce. Manaton not having any of it as well. That switch across to the Tracer working wonders, gets himself the double, and we will now go to Nepal for the tiebreaker. So,
all right.
I just, you know what? I saw it coming. I just, yeah, I knew that this was coming. So, okay. Well, I mean, this is anything but, this is bad for Lunatic High is what I'm going to say. Because Misfits, this is the first showing we're seeing of their new team. And they've managed to hold Lunatic High on map number 1.
Yeah.
Which is a very good sign for Misfits fans out there. Lunatic High, I mean, obviously there's a lot of ground to cover. We're going to be jumping across control maps, etc. Hell, Volsky is after this map, so who knows what could happen there. I don't know when we saw that last in competitive.
Draws. That's what's going to happen.
But draws, draw. We're going to see a lot of Nepal today.
So I want to break down the defense a little bit, though, of what we saw, or sorry, the attacking phase of Lunatic High at the very end. So we talked about how Reaper, like, obviously really good at close quarter combat, wants to fight right up in your face. They don't have a hook to potentially pull someone in to pick up the kill. So what they did instead was, if you get right on the point, well, someone's going to have to contest it from Misfits, right? Someone's going to have to sit on that point so you don't get a free cap on it. Probably going to be a tank, and if they get discorded, then a Reaper's going to shred through them. And that's exactly what kind of happened at the beginning, is that they threw it on, they put a tank down, they put Reinforce down there, they got the Discord orb on them, and they were able to pick up kill after kill in that kind of situation. The problem for them was that Tavik survived, and Zebasai was still alive.
It's one of those moments, Jason, where it's good to be proved right. As an analyst, you literally called it and it happened, which is good to know. But here we go. Nepal will be a straight-up one-round decider map. Who is going to take it? Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are straight in on the poll. It is going to be Sanctum, and we'll see who can take it. It's always scary when it's a straight-up one round.
And on Sanctum of all maps.
Yeah, on Sanctum, which is probably, the most horrific. But naturally, we're going to see, with that pit of doom in there, we're going to see the double divas. We're going to get double soldiers in there, double...
It's a mirror.
It's a complete mirror. It's a complete mirror, yeah.
And what's really kind of scary about this map is the fact that you have Zave, who, I mean, we see him on the kill feed numerous amount of times. I think more than we've seen almost anyone else in the game. Boop. Exactly. Booping them off into the death pit. You also have Manson and likewise Tasia, who can really excel for their team, hitting hooks into the death pit as well from the high ground.
I know in the patch they did just put the boop sound effect in there, but I want the boop sound effect for Lucio as well. So when he boops you off the edge,
I would like
get a full boop sound effect. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is a tiebreaker for map number 1. It is a best of 5. Lunatic High and Misfits fighting out, dueling it out to see who can come out on top in map number 1. Could we be going the whole distance in this series? There's a long way to go.
Battle of Shields right now. Looks like Miro actually going for the charge into this one somehow, or he got charged. I didn't see exactly how that happened.
Back, yeah.
And then it looks like they'll just kind of reset here. So Reinforce is a little bit low on HP, but in general, it looks like Misfits have conceded the actual high ground here. They've given this one over to Lunatic High, so they're going to go for the refight here. And they can't just rush straight into the point, because if Tasia puts himself on the high ground, if they get there, they hooked in, and they fall straight down to their deaths. So you have to be really careful about how you
sleep dive. There we go. I was going to say, Tavik, spotted. Nevix must have been screaming, I've sleep darted Eska. Get a rocket on him. Get a rocket on him. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what else they'll be screaming out there, but they'll be screaming a lot of things, that's for sure. And that is going to be the switch across coming through here. Don't know about it. Toby's going to get picked off. No need to use Tactical Visor. Nano boosted Miro, though. He's going to get on Tavik. He will pin him down, and this has not switched just yet. The respawns will be in favor of Lunatic High because the fight is lasting longer, and Misfits are forced away. Nice play.
I think either Zebasai got hooked into his death, or he just fell to his death, just so he can probably get the reset with his team. But, I mean, for the most part of that fight, Tavik just wasn't really being threatened. He was allowed to free attack. I didn't really see Dean focus him down on him at all. At least he wasn't hitting his shots necessarily. And then the Earthshatter at Miro just completely set that up for the hold. So 45%. Remember you said before, it's a best of 1 on Nepal. It's not a best of 3. You lose this point, you lost 1 point in the best of 5.
Yeah, it's not ideal. But now we can see Misfits on point. It's going to get challenged out. They jump around the side. Tactical Advisor will come down from Eska. He's going to find himself one. That's Zave. That's a big kill straight away, but he did manage to get around the side there and didn't quite get the sound barrier off. Look at that, 96% before he died. And that is going to be once again Misfits cleared off side. There's the hook, there's the fall, and that is going to be Lunatic High. 67% encountered to Tavik if he gets picked up here. Oh no! Both picked off, and that's going to slow things down drastically. They're going to be close to overtime before they re-engage.
Yeah, and these ultimates coming up for Lunatic High are going to be huge. The whole hog to just knock them off the point. You have the self-destruct, even the nano boost, which you don't really have a target to put it onto just yet. The Misfits, they're going to have whole hog relatively soon. Self-destruct as well. The Tactical Visor out to Vic is going to be huge here. He has to be able to connect his shots. Jae Hong has to get in his face to actually prevent him from doing this damage that they're going to need.
Well, here we go. This is the last, almost final fight for Misfits here to see who's going to take the first map, and Eska's already picked up Tavik. That is a massive kill. Tasia takes down Reinforce. We're seeing Miro getting forced down. Zabe boots him off the side. Manitou picks up a kill, but Zebasai has dropped down. Doesn't see whether that was a hook down or not. Tasia gets himself caught out there. Manitou getting the whole hog and getting a lot of damage down. It's not over yet. They're trying to keep the site alive. Manitou pops in. He gets one, but he's going to get taken down by Jae Hong. Tavik can't quite get on the point there.
They can
He's
do
doing
this.
what he can. Reinforce got to get battered down. He gets Toby in there. There's going to be Miro. He's back looking for the charge. He's going to try and force him off, I wonder. Tactical Visor running out for Tavik. And now they've just got to get men in numbers on the point. Miro getting forced down. That shield is not going to last.
Yeah, but they have definite numbers there, and Miro has no support. He has no healing. The point hasn't been captured just yet, but somehow Lunatic High are still contested. Finally, they're going to give this one up. They say, Misfits, fine. You can have the point. We don't want to give you too much extra ult percent that you don't need right now, and we're going to try to fight this one back and try to take the victory here, but this is dangerous.
All right.
This is really weird.
We have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We never really knew what Misfits was going to turn up like. We knew they have a star-studded lineup, that's for sure, all Swedish, but how they're going to fight is anybody's guess. Zebasai is going to try and launch that self-destruct around the side. Tried to fake it out there, trying to launch himself around the side. Still sitting. That's going to get the hook in there. Self-destruct still ready to go. Eska getting that tactical visor down around the side. Has to run and hide because there's the self-destruct getting launched down. Zebasai back on point, but Zave and Nevix are being picked off. And that's a big problem. Both supports now down. Reinforce can't get that shield up quick enough because Eska's just going to come in and volley him in the back. Toby takes him down. And this point looks like it's going back to Lunatic High. And that's a real problem. Misfits have to get on there and contest as soon as possible.
Not even possible. No one's even close enough here. Nevix is the last man with the self-destruct. It'll put the nail in the coffin. And Lunatic High will take map 1 up against the new Misfits.
So,